Hey guys, so this video is about towing with your electric vehicle. So a lot of people feel like it is not a good enough car to tow a trailer with, but that is quickly changing with the different electric vehicles coming to market these days. Currently, we have the Tesla Model X, which can pull 5,000 pounds. Um, so in the video, courtesy of Less Traveled, uh, will show a video of their Tesla Model X pulling a camper trailer. So for those of you who feel like it's not possible, it definitely is. It's currently here that you're able to do that. Currently, the highest towing level that is available is the 5,000 pounds through the Tesla Model X. But currently, the Tesla Model Y also has towing capabilities, and that can tow up to 3,500 pounds. So depending on your needs, if you don't have like a large boat or a large camper or something, a Tesla Model Y would be fine if you're just trying to pull around a little boat, like a little runabout or something like that, or just a little utility trailer. But if you're trying to actually get into something big, like you want a big trailer that's more than 5,000 pounds, you're gonna have to wait till either the Hummer EUT comes out or the Tesla Cybertruck. Because currently the Tesla Model X will pull 5,000 pounds. The Bolt will pull. It's not rated to tow. They don't recommend towing, but the Bolt is capable of towing up to 2,000 pounds unofficially. So just I have to put that disclaimer that it is an unofficial tow rating. The Hummer electric utility truck is supposed to have a 1,000 horsepower motor built into it. It's supposed to have, I believe, 3 different pricing options, just like the Cybertruck. And the highest range is supposed to get up to 500 miles of range and go 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds, or 3 seconds, or whatever it is, and pull up to 11,500 pounds. It is supposed to have an 800 volt battery pack system, so it will charge at 350 kilowatts. Now the highest level 500 mile Hummer pickup truck will cost you upwards of $70,000. So if you're looking for the range and you want the range that goes with the truck, you're going to have to dish out some money, unfortunately. Currently, prices have yet to come down, but they are working on that. GM did announce that they are very close to a 1 million mile battery, and they are very close to actually producing that 1 million mile battery. Now, the Cybertruck is going to come out next year as well. That base price starts at $39,900, and starts at a towing capacity of 7,500 pounds for that price tag. That is supposed to go 250 miles and go 0 to 60 in less than 6.5 seconds. If you were to bump up to the dual motor, you're going to go up to $49,900. So you're going to bump up $10,000. You're also going to get all-wheel drive. It's going to tow 10,000 pounds and go 0 to 60 in less than 4.5 seconds. If you go into the tri-motor version, you're going to add another $20,000, and that's going to give you 3 electric motors, all-wheel drive, and a 14,000 pound towing capacity with a 0 to 60 second time of less than 2.9 seconds. So there are options available depending on what you want to do with it, depending on what you're going to tow. Most people will not need a tri-motor Tesla Cybertruck. The average person, just the base model would be fine. But personally, I was looking at buying a Cybertruck, and I would probably go with the dual motor, just because the 250 miles of range when you're pulling a larger trailer is just not going to be there, and you're going to wind up wishing you had bought more range. They have a bunch of different options. You're gonna have to pay. If you want a Cybertruck, you can pre-order that now. It is a $100 deposit for the truck, From what I understand, it's non-refundable. So I could be wrong on that. Please comment in the description below if I'm wrong. The Model Y, they had no towing specs on it for a while. Now the Tesla webpage specifically states for $1,000 more, you can get the towing option, which will tow up to 3,500 pounds. The other new models coming out is the Rivian R1T pickup truck. That's supposed to go 400 miles, have a 750 horsepower electric motor in it, and go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. That truck will pull 11,000 pounds, and it has a starting price of $69,000. So it's not a cheap truck, but it doesn't sound like they're going to offer you much different packages like everybody else. Then they have the Rivian R1S, which is their SUV. That's got a 7,700 pound towing capacity with a 750 horsepower motor and 829 foot-pounds of torque. That starts at $72,500. So yeah, these are kind of out of most people's price range, but at the end of the day, these prices are going to come down as soon as battery technology gets cheaper and with the different types of supply and demand. So if people are not buying these vehicles, then they're going to be forced to sell them at a little closer to cost. So you just got to hang in there. Initially, this is kind of like the trial to see what people are going to pay for it. Tesla seems like they really have the best deal at this point with the Cybertruck. And I mean, I don't know how you could really go wrong with the Tesla Cybertruck. It comes standard with Autopilot. Not the full self-driving. It comes standard with Autopilot, which is the it's the lane steering. It keeps you in your lane, and it basically will slow down and accelerate with the adaptive cruise control. So it basically just keeps you steering in your lane for as long as you're going. If you want the navigate on Autopilot, you need to actually buy full self-driving, which the price is now going up to $8,000. And as more features become available, they're going to change their price and raise it respectively to the value that Autopilot is. Elon Musk had quoted himself saying that he expects the value of a Tesla with full self-driving to go over $100,000. I'm not sure where he gets that. I'm guessing if you use it for ride sharing, that's what you're expected to be able to get out of your vehicle. But I don't see why I would pay $100,000 for Autopilot. But the good news is he has put out a statement saying that they do plan to actually integrate a subscription service. So I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. He hasn't put out any details on the subscription service yet. But the way that I would expect it to work is I would expect it to not have a contract. So for me personally, if I was taking a long road trip, I would add the full self-driving subscription for probably a month or two to use it for my long road trips. And then when I get back home, I would just cancel it because I don't use it when I'm driving home, and I probably wouldn't use it in my local area. And I believe that will also change too when General Motors has their Supercruise launched, which they're now changing the name and adding another feature to it. I forget what they call it. I'll put that in another video when I talk about Autopilot in a different video. But I believe most of these companies are going to start including it with their vehicles, which is going to wind up forcing Tesla to actually integrate it at pretty standard into the vehicle at no extra charge. So I understand the price is outside of people's price range now. As soon as the subscription service comes around, it will get better. But right now, it's what we have, and we just got to deal with what we have. But for towing-wise, we do have the ability to tow, and these are more capable vehicles of towing when it comes to power and performance than an internal combustion vehicle. Now, as far as range, the internal combustion vehicle has us beat. But if you're not really in a rush, like, for example, the video I'm about to share of the Tesla Model X pulling the camper, they did get about 100 miles of range before they had to supercharge. So it does drain your range significantly. However, going down a grade will also actually boost your range. There is another video. I will find that and I'll attach that to this video as well. That that the fast lane car had done, pulling a Subaru on a car trailer with a Model X, and they went up a grade and then came down, and coming down the grade they got double the regen they did when the car was empty. So you do have a trade-off and you do have kind of benefits to it, but in the end you are going to have to find yourself supercharging more often. So if you are planning to take more than a 1,200 mile trip and you're going maybe across country or something, you are going to have to make double the amount of stops you would normally if you had no trailer behind you. The Tesla Model Y is rated for Tesla approved roof racks. However, if you look at the Electric Israeli's channel, he will tell you from personal experience from using roof racks on his Tesla Model 3 that it does eat an enormous amount of range. It does take away from the aerodynamic of the vehicle. Now, how much is actually quite a bit from what he is saying. So I would take a look at his channel as well. But these vehicles, they can tow, and you can tow some substantial trailers with these vehicles. So if anybody who wants to tell me otherwise, that you can't pull anything with these cars, or they're not good enough to pull anything, or you can't use them for anything but driving around town, they're wrong. You could use these cars for absolutely anything that you would an internal combustion vehicle, and do it much more reliably. These cars have a single speed reduction gear. They don't have automatic transmissions that are changing gears and grinding gears when you're driving down the road. These things have that instant torque that you need to pull those trailers, and the torque really will help you, especially on inclines and grades on the roads, and getting these things up without any type of strain on the vehicle at all. I mean, the motors will warm up, but the car is designed to handle it. The towing ratings are put in by the manufacturers. The only one that's not really rated to tow, that is still capable of towing 2,000 pounds, is the Chevrolet Bolt EV. But if you look, there's plenty of YouTubers out there that are pulling with their Bolts. There is Nikki Gordon Bloomfield, who is towing a little garden trailer around with her Bolt all the time and has no problem with it at all. And there's other YouTube videos out there of other Bolt owners pulling with their Bolts. And I'll try to locate some of them and I'll attach them to this video as well. But it won't really hurt the vehicle at all. As long as you stay within your rated capacity, you won't really hurt the vehicle. It will handle it. The regenerative braking will also handle the grades without having to apply the brakes going down these grades. And you can handle just about anything with these vehicles. I wouldn't oversize your towing load with the vehicle. I would always check with the manufacturer to see what it is capable of, and I would always get manufacturer approved towing equipment. So but I'm going to attach these videos so you guys can see them and see them actually in action. And aside from that, I'll see you next time. Have a great